to another virtual summer camp video. Today we're going to be making mini fish kites. So to get it all in frame for you, this is what it looks like. What you're going to need is some construction paper or cardstock, whatever color you want your fish to be, totally works. I have decided to use pink. You're going to need some tape, you're going to need some scissors, a marker for the eye, so again, whatever color you have or you want works fine. You're going to need some yarn or some string. You're going to need a skewer or some sort of stick. If you have a stick from outside from our wood shaving scrap, that could also work very well. You're going to need a glue stick, and you're going to need some tissue paper. So I have 3 colors here that I used, but whatever you have at home works great. So once you have all that together, we can get started. Okay, so once you have your piece of construction paper or cardstock, you're gonna be decorating it lengthwise. So you want the shorter end of the paper facing you and the long ends facing this way. The first thing we're gonna do though is make some scales. So there's a couple of ways to go about it. The first one is we can use our scissors and cut some like half oval shapes into our tissue paper to make scales. So let's do that real quick. And then if you cut it like this, you can make a bunch at once, just sort of handy. The other way you can make your scales is just taking your tissue paper and just trying to rip little circles off of it. It might give your kite a bit of a texture look. So we'll give both of those versions a try. Once you have your scales cut out or them ripped up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our glue stick or white glue and we're just gonna do like a line of glue from one side to the other. Then you can take your scales and you can just press them down however you want on your line of glue. You try and make them sort of overlapping. You can do it in a pattern, you can do it randomly, whatever you would like. Row done, you're going to take your glue stick or white glue again, and this time you're going to go over just like the ends of your scales for your next row. And again, we're going from one side to the other. It's okay if we lift up a couple, we can just put them back. And then you're going to do another row of scales. And then you're just going to repeat that over and over and over again until you go from this side all the way to this side and it's covered in tissue paper. So to show you what it looks like if you rip some pieces off, I'm about 4 or 5 rows in now. If you want to see what it looks like when you just rip some pieces off, I'm just going to do that. And stick it along my line, and I'll probably rip some other colors too. But part of this will be ripped just to show you guys what it looks like if you don't cut it out. By my pink or purple here. So this is sort of what it looks like when you don't cut it out as precisely. Makes it look a little more textured. So here is my completed scale design. So as you can see at the top, it's a little more neat and organized, but at the bottom when I was doing the ripping style, I think it makes a really cool textured effect. So whatever you want to do works great and I think will look fantastic. Your next step is to get your tape and you're gonna flip your fish over and you're gonna gently sort of roll it up so that the ends are meeting like this. And then you're gonna take a piece of tape and you're just gonna put it on the inside of your roll and tape it shut. I am struggling. I don't really have any tips for you. Just sort of do the best you can and hope it works. And then you also want to tape the outsides here too. So it should look like that once it's all taped up. Your next step is to put your fish aside and get your tissue paper again. I accidentally cut a big hole in mine. And what you're gonna do is you're either gonna cut or you're gonna rip just a big long strip of tissue paper. You can have as many or as few as you want. They're just gonna act as the tail of our kite fish. So I'm gonna do one of each color or two of each color that I have used. So once you have your tail pieces cut, you're going to take your fish again, you're going to take your glue stick again, and you're just going to glue the inside of the back side of your fish, just like this. Once you have that all nice and glued up, you're going to take the end of one of your tail and you're just going to stick it on the glue all around the back side of your fish. This is sort of what the back looks like. I'll show you a nice big one after we're done with all our steps. You can also now take the marker of the color of your choice, and on the head part, you can just draw in an eye or two, or 3 or 4, however many eyes you want your fish to have. But I'm just gonna do 2. There's my 2 fish eyes. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our skewer and we're going to take some yarn and we're going to cut the yarn to a more manageable length. So I've got a lot of yarn here, we don't need this much. We'll just sort of cut it to the length we want. Do that. And put the rest aside. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your skewer and you're going to wrap your yarn around it a couple of times so that it's nice and tight in the middle. And you want to make sure that your ends are even. So you can just sort of wrap it around and then pull it like this. And your ends should be even. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your kite, you're going to take some tape, you're going to take off some pieces of tape, and then just tape each end to the inside of your kite. You can put a couple of pieces of tape on there too if you want to make sure it's nice and secure. And that is how you wrap it onto your skewer. If you want to put a piece of tape or some glue right here too, just to make sure it's held down, you are also free to do that, but that's how you attach it to your kite. So that is how you make a mini fish kite. I hope you enjoyed. Mine just broke, so make sure we're taping it down real good. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to take pictures of your kites and send them to us on Facebook and on YouTube. We hope you enjoyed and that you come and watch our other videos.